Put simply, I'm the X-Man, otherwise known as, Alex or Alexei, whatever you want to call me.
That's a very impressive name, but as I understand, you haven't always been there.
No, I have not. So 5 years ago, I started with Rick, and I came to him as like an awkward, fat, chubby, 8th grade kid. God, it's crazy. Yep. Back then, Rick and I used to jump over the walls, go into a pool, swim, and then jump back over and run up the street. But what really got me was when I was younger, around that same time, a kid made fun of my, I like to call it my man boobs, because back then, let's be honest with ourselves, I had some pretty massive ones, but a kid made fun of him, and then I said that to Rick. I'm like, yeah, somebody was poking fun at him. I don't like it. Blah blah blah. I want to lose him, and he's like, well, I got him too, and the difference is, like I can still grab like a handful, so to speak. But that whole journey, that whole mentorship, it was just an amazing thing. And, I've been with him for 5 years. We established that goal of, losing the man boobies and getting in shape. I eventually lost 110 pounds.
Yeah.
And
I'm saying, dude. Hell yeah.
Yeah, so now, there's only half of the guy that was there. But that old guy, the fat version of me with the bad habits, he's dead. That's how I rationalize it. That guy was a separate person. He's dead. He's gone. He's out of the equation. And what's left is the newer, leaner, meaner, not completely mean, but leaner, more driven, and, just the all-around better feeling, better sounding, better looking version of myself. And in fact, so much so that I'm going to do something here for you guys that a lot of people are afraid to do, and that is take off my shirt. Now, I'm not going to lie, I'm still working towards my goal of, having that six-pack and being ripped and whatever. But, sometimes you just got to take some risks, and I'd like to inspire all of you guys. So I'm going to do one of the hardest things ever.
Nice.
And just take that shirt off on camera.
There it is, brother.
There it is.
Nice. Good job. Nice, Mr. Alex. Thank you so much, brother. Hey, you know what? His motivation inspires me to get better. Thank you so much for that, for Mr. Alex, Mr. X-Men. Now, why is that, you guys? Remember, this week, we have been discussing about the pandemic that's happening, or the next threat to national security. Now, remember, Alex is now going off to college. He's going to go to Oregon. He's going to be a Duck. Go Ducks, all right? But like he said, is he going to reach his goals being shameful? Maybe he's going to Palomar High School or Palomar College, because that's what he feels his shame is worth. Sometimes we make decisions not because we want to, it's because we shame ourselves to it. You know what I'm saying? Now, that's smart. That specific, measurable, achievable, realistic target, you guys, if you notice, it never stops moving. That's what I love about it, Now, on the other spectrum, you guys, I don't take my shirt off. You don't see in my videos me being naked. Why is that? Because I have disturbed body image myself. And if you guys look, I'm extremely ripped. I have my 8-packs, you could see from my arms, you guys. But it's never enough for me. So you see how it works? That's what ADHD, that part where your brain can work against you. So that's why you surround yourself around a community that supports you, holds you accountable, and really just has you train where you feeling good about yourself. That the shame is taking away of what you're doing. And what I mean about the shame, if Alex has a bacon burger right now, he knows he's not shaming himself for it because he knows what to do after. He knows the plan afterwards. He knows that what to do when he gets frustrated. Esteban, Armando, and myself are working through the emotional eating habits that we have. But we do it in a non-chaotic way. We establish those SMART goals every day. If you walk in to your office, and your office is one of those offices that I love to hate, but they got a candy bowl every freaking 4 seconds away. And I will tell you what I have told Alex and I've told Esteban. If they offer you a piece of candy, go just like this. I'm good. They go, what did you just do? I go, I just did the same thing you just asked me to. They're like, no, I offered you a piece of candy. No, you offered me cocaine. Because that refined sugar has the same response to my brain that cocaine does. Guess what? They don't offer me candy anymore in those offices, all right? But here's the other thing that they don't do either. They didn't replace them with apples. Because what they found is that they're shamed. I shamed them to not offer me those gifts, but I didn't educate them to make the correct change. Now, can some people eat candy, and are there freaks of natures that people that eat like SHIT and they never gain weight? You know what I call those? I call them as a root canal. You know what a root canal is, you guys? A root canal is something where you don't see the damage. You can look at your mouth, there's no problem. Then all of a sudden, that root canal hits a nerve, and you got to get that root canal emergency taken care of. You know what happens to those skinny people? They die right there because they never go to the doctor. They're like, oh, look at me, eat like shit. And they actually have that ego again say that despite everything, I don't get that. Can I tell you something? Just because you get effing cancer doesn't mean that smoking is good for you, all right? I only have met 4 or 5 people in my lifetime who can smoke cigarettes and be a competitive athlete. And you know where most of them are, you guys? In baseball. All right? Most of my buddies who are baseball players can smoke. There's a famous baseball player called Mark Grace. He's a Chicago Cub. I was really blown away as a little kid to smell cigarette smoke coming out the dugout. And then I found out later in life that Mark Grace was a first baseman for the Chicago Cubs, was a 2-pack-a-day smoker. You know, he would literally sit in the clubhouse and smoke. But I'll tell you something about Mark Grace. Mark Grace didn't look fat. Mark Grace didn't look obese. But Mark Grace, I'll tell you something right now, never hit that hole in first base to go get that ball. All right? Mark Grace was a Gold Glover, but he didn't do anything that was out of the ordinary. He was really good at being normal, or we like to say average. So if you're okay being average, if you're okay being normal, and that normal comes in all shapes and sizes, then just keep being normal. Doing what I'm sorry, did that happen again? It's okay when you're normal. You're a sheep. You're following everybody else. Remember, we talked about the sense of awareness. I don't want you to be normal. I don't want you to be average. I want you to have what Alex has said and what Armando has said and Esteban has said. It's not okay to be average. Okay to be average means that I am going to do what everybody else does. And if everybody else is eating at Costco, eating those bad pizzas, buying like huge levels of things that they really can't officially eat in one sitting, then you know what? You will contribute to the current national threat to national security, which is morbid obesity. And again, I'm going to put the stat up here because I can't freaking make it up. From 2012, when this TED Talk was done, from 2019 and over 1 million views, you guys, we are less than 11 years away from the statistic that in 2030, over 50% of the country is going to be over 30% BMI index, which puts them in the morbid obese category. And remember, less than 1% of this country, this 1% of this country defends us. And we are having a hard time, not for us, my Marine Corps, because my Marine Corps gold mines like you do not believe, but the other services are having a hard time with kids to meet the minimum requirement of physical fitness. Now, I will tell you guys that with the help from Matt Parker and the help from the Estebans and the help from Alex's, we are going to really take a mission. We are going to take a stance to really have the purpose, and that purpose is to not let a life-changing event, heart attack, stroke, loss of job, breathing, awkward breathing, just sitting around like Esteban, Armando leaping over a pond, a small little puddle, and almost tearing his his ankle. Alex having mean kids talk about man boobs. Yeah, I got a full handful right here. Come get my man boobs, all right? You're going to get my other man boob right there, all right? But with all of that right there, what do I ask you to do? I don't ask you to do anything. I give you the blueprint. The proper plier planning prevents piss poor performance. We train smart. We apply the formula, specific, measurable, achievable, realistic target, and everything we do. In everything we do, you guys. All right? That SMART goal had lived in his life for 5 years. And he's still going to go for it for another 5 years. So my goal is that when he gets out of college, he's going to say, look at Coach Rick. And he's going to walk around with no shirt on. Now, it may be great for women. And for me, I'm going to tell you, please walk around with no shirts. No, I'm just kidding. No, but with women, it may be a dress size, a dress you've been trying to do. You want to show that midline. Whatever it is, you guys execute it. And here's what I want. Use this community, use these podcasts to hold you accountable. And I, straight up, will always make it fun. You guys, it's been a great week this week. We've got Potato Chip, Hike for Health and Happiness. Tell your friends about it. We'll come out and conquer that mountain. And remember, we ain't always got to get to the top. Hilda, Esteban's mom, went there, and we walked from there, and we went to the lake and back. We did it 4 times, and she was happy. That is exactly what I like to do, is just make you to accomplish these goals. So you guys, as I'm sitting here wetting my palate on this Joey, all right? And Esteban is back here. I got Ben behind here, who ran a half marathon a few weeks ago. I got Alex, who's getting ready for college. I did my group workout with Lift Vet. You guys, if I can tell you that I cannot wait until July 6th for me to go to Alaska, it is a life of participation. I lead by example with my guys here, and I'm going to tell you, I'm going to continue to lead you guys to wherever your goals are. So you guys, see you guys soon. Thanks for checking out our videos. If you want to go ahead and subscribe, go ahead and hit that button right below. Or if you want to check out the latest video right here over my shoulder, go ahead and click that link. If you want to check us out on our social networks, we're at T3 Body Encinitas. That's T3 Body Encinitas. Or shoot me a quick email at info@T3 Body Encinitas, where our motivation inspires you to be better. See you guys soon.